think I'd be making this video again anytime soon. I didn't think I'd talk about the subject again. I will admit I have a few people in VC with me because I need verbal confirmation. You know, just for sake of keeping things all neat and organized. The last time I spoke about Goat, we were talking about how she made a comment that was intentionally that was intended as a suicide trigger, which was really unchill. And I mentioned that I wanted to have a call with her. Well, we did have that call, didn't we, Em?
Yes.
Oh boy, we did have that call. I am more than happy to send the link to that call publicly because I'm not going to let her use it to blackmail me anymore, to be fair. But I will warn you, for a majority of the call, I am crying. I am having very obviously a mental breakdown because Goat is fucking terrifying. And yeah, as M could probably help with my memory here, the beginning of the call basically was just her saying that she didn't mean for it. That how what was it that she said, like character lying a lot of, you know, that like I would never do such a thing. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then
There's some of that, yeah.
yeah, and then she did, I will say, for some reason, she has sent messages telling people I have been lying about this, and I don't really understand. I will admit I did say that she hadn't said sorry because my memory of the call is very foggy because of the, you know, anxiety attack I was having. But she did, in fact, apologize for what was said, sort of. I think if I remember, her words were something along the lines of like, oh, I didn't mean for it to be like that, so I apologize, and then spent the rest of the call dismissing every other feeling I had that was in tangent because of what she said. Where it's like, hey, I act out in this way because, like, I assumed you were telling me to go kill myself, and I was really upset. And then her being like,
PC.
yeah.
I have the exact words written down.
Go for it.
My intention wasn't to harm. I apologize that it did cause harm, and it won't be used again.
Which I'm glad she won't be using it again, because that would probably not be great. But as M can probably attest to, she spent the rest of the time dismissing any feeling that could have been related to that. Or any reasonable action that I took. Because, you know, I was under the assumption that my best friend told me to go kill myself. So anyways, things have escalated a lot since then, haven't they? So Moon, hi, howdy, bud.
Hello.
During some of that time, Goat was looking for evidence that I had never apologized, or that I had never told Morgan or Destiny to apologize to you. Right? I mean, you would know. During that time, as you are a minor, Goat decided to reach out to you to get evidence of those instead of going through an adult, right?
Yep.
Okay. And with those screenshots, you found evidence that we did, in fact, tell Morgan or Destiny to go apologize to you.
It was about 3 people total, including Goat herself.
And that never happened. I know that I said it over VC, or at least if it was in a chat. I don't have that chat anymore. But I know I did tell her. But I know that I was not the only one who told Morgan or Destiny to apologize. So, yeah.
Also, I was not close enough friends with you at the time, so I had no idea that you had even told Morgan to apologize to me.
No. So that's the other thing. When Goat asked for evidence, Goat explicitly asked that I not get involved.
I told Goat.
Up until, she realized it was the only way she was getting screenshots.
The only way that I would get those, like, screenshots and or information is if it went through you, and she immediately tried to shut down the conversation after that point.
Yeah, so that's not great. So after the video, the call, I guess, was I call it a video because we were in like a call and we videotaped it. I actually gave it to Save. Because Goat wanted to give it around to a bunch of people as means of blackmail, which, whatever. I don't care. I was gonna give it to Save anyway. So, lol. I'm saying lol because I'm trying to like comprehend what I'm going through right now. So I apologize if it seems like I don't care. I am very angry right now because my friends have continued to be hurt by Goat, and I don't really appreciate it. I don't really appreciate it. So, M and Save. At some point, the two of you made a comment to Goat. M, I think you specifically told Goat you did not wish to talk about me. And I think Save, you made the comment that you did not wish to speak to her.
I can pull up exactly
what
I said.
I can see if I can do something similar.
Let me see. Mostly just this is a summary of it because it was a lot.
I also don't want I don't want you to put anything that you would be uncomfortable with putting,
The gist being, I can't keep doing this. I hope you can respect my decision. I can't keep helping you. And I hope that this situation doesn't undo the progress that you've made. Turns out there was never any progress, I guess.
Yeah, no kidding. Woo. So, Save had set a boundary that he did not wish to continue speaking further to Goat. If I'm not mistaken, Save, while Emma's looking up, you can confer that Goat did in fact reach out to you anyway.
Yeah, I said if you want to have one last talk, I'm cool with that. And then the next day, Goat messaged me being like, I don't have anything else to say. And, I was like, all right, cool. Left it there. 1 month later, I get a message from Goat. And Goat's like, hey, what did PC say to you?
I didn't say anything. I just sent the video. That's the most I did.
Yep, that's what you did.
Yeah.
You showed me the conversation.
Yeah, that sure was a conversation. Yeah, so I do apologize if I ever used the term that she didn't apologize. I want to say that is incorrect. Technically, she did say the words, I apologize. And I want to make that very clear. Those words were said. However, throughout the rest of that call, she made it very, very clear that she was not only she was unapologetic about what happened, but that she didn't really believe that was true. And in fact, we have text evidence, I think a conversation between M and Goat, where she made the statement that if anyone believes what I am saying, the physical evidence of her making the comment, that they don't know her and that, they don't really know who she is. Which, like, again, there's physical evidence of her saying it. I have shown it before. So, whoopsies. But I also know that a part of, I'm trying to be vague about this. But I also know that during this sequence, Goat had made statements about some of the issues that had caused a rift between me and Morgan, and at the very least between, Moon and Morgan. So Goat has also verbally completely dismissed what me and Moon both went through, which is not great. Drama's fun. And not something that people should be put through. I think I said that right, Moon?
Yep, you're all good.
Good. Alright, I know that M is real quick looking for what was said. I don't know if M, you've found that.
Trying to find exact words is hard, but I know that we've spoken in multiple situations about the levels of contact we would have. At one point, after Goat had left the cast, I'm still trying to find the exact words that I said, but I'm having trouble, mostly just because we have talked
Yeah, you've
about
spoken
a
since
good
then.
amount.
Yeah.
But at one point after Goat left the cast, I was like, yeah, we can still talk and stuff. Since it'd make you feel better and it'd probably be good for me, we just avoid the subject of PC, and like one of us would bring it up occasionally, but like more of a, hey, I just wanted to ask a quick question if you're cool with it, and we'd make sure the other one was okay and then move on. And then after a while it was it just can trying to find the best way to word it. We did our best with keeping it off of that subject, and then at some point it was almost entirely it was a decent amount of radio silence, and then the subject we broached again. And at one point I was mentally preparing myself to talk to Goat about boundaries of like stepping away mutually to both get help. And we tried doing that. We have been working on that. There's some other things that I personally don't want to get into because it is Goat and I's business.
Yeah, no. Whatever is between the two of you is between the two of you.
But boundaries were placed by both of us and pushed by both of us. I tried to do it as little as I could, unless it was specifically mentioned to me or requested of me from anyone. Sorry, this is
No, you're fine. You're okay. It's okay, Em. You're doing great. But during this time, Goat had a friend of hers reach out to me on Twitter. Ironically, the shit show. There's a reason I haven't touched Twitter in a while. And they were, how do I word it? I wouldn't say intentionally rude, but attempted to give unsolicited advice. Specifically, they said that videos like these, where I talk to you guys and tell you guys about what's going on because I feel it's important, outright said, where was it? But it's probably not something you should be talking about publicly in vent videos. Bringing private drama, which it's not drama, it's trauma. Thank you. And such out into the open, especially without proof, which there were screenshots, isn't a good look for anyone, and it may end badly, which is a threat, which is cool. I'm gonna there is evidence of a lot of the stuff in the other videos. It has now gotten to the point where things have gotten incredibly too personal for me to share it. But this is trauma that is being caused to myself and my friends. And I am sick and tired of having my boundaries crossed. I explicitly, through this conversation, made it very clear that I wanted no communication with Goat. And she has, at every right turn, attempted to use other people for communication. If I'm not mistaken, M, can you, I'm not going to specify what exactly.
yeah.
But it wasn't. Didn't Goat have you attempt to talk to me about some things in the call that happened during the call? Where she asked you to ask me things.
Yeah, I didn't end up. I wasn't able to ask quickly. But
you were not given enough time for that. No, it's totally fine. I'm more just the fact that she did ask you to talk to me, even though I have explicitly said I wanted no conversation with her.
At first, she just kind of like ranted about it, and then at one point I was like, "You hadn't asked," and I was like, "I didn't know I had to ask." What? And I don't. It was a weird situation. I Uh,
Because at this point, I have had several people now come to me, including children, wanting to talk about this situation to get both sides, which is fine, but there are videos with evidence that doesn't involve coming directly to me and using goat talking to me, which is not great. And I'm kind of sick of it, which is the main reason why some people were removed. I'm not going to say names because that's honestly, I have no issues specifically with those people, but I do feel it is important that it is addressed that these were things that happened, and that it's wildly inappropriate that children are being used by an adult to circumvent another adult's boundaries. It's really fucking icky and really fucking uncomfortable, and maybe you should fucking stop. The main reason this video is being made is because during this time I have said nothing publicly about her. I have kept my mouth shut. I have basically tried to get rid of anyone that we had neutral because I don't want to stay friends with people who want to stay neutral on a situation where I was told to go off myself and then gaslit about it during a phone call. Like I'm good. And I have set those boundaries for myself, and I have every right to enforce those boundaries. However, Goat has decided that she wishes to take back the characters that she has made for me. Like the species, like the Pluckies. And the reason why I want to address this is because I'm not giving them back. To be quite fair, in the meantime, there has been art and stuff that has been given or has been bought for the characters, and if she wants them back, I require compensation. And in some of those instances, they were full-on gifts. And in those cases, yeah, that's, I mean, if that's the pedestal you want to fucking die on, that's the pedestal you want to die on. But, yeah, it's kind of the fact that you could just, take a character whenever you feel like, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of giving the characters out. Especially when Goat still has in her possession a creature of one of my species that I have not requested back for that very same reason, because it was a gift. And you don't take back gifts. But very clearly, that memo was missed. But to put it kindly, no, I'm not giving back the characters that have art on it that I have paid for or that have been traded for. I'm not giving those characters back. I'm not giving characters back that I don't even have permission to give back, like the ones that were gifted to my siblings. Because that's I'm not gonna go through, I'm not gonna take the characters that you gave to my siblings back because you're angry with me. That's like really fucking uncool. It's kind of icky and not gonna happen. Sorry to disappoint you. I also want to point out that during this time, again, I was explicitly told that we would just have no further conversations, and every single time a conversation has happened, she has reached out. And Flicker was the one who was reached out to this time. And I'm not okay with it. I'm not happy that my friends are being hurt because you're angry with me. Or you're upset with me. So take your little I'm going to rescue blah 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 and go shove it up your fucking ass. Because I'm done. I'm done with your bullying. I'm done with your harassment. Stop fucking trying to talk to me. All right? Stop. And anyone who's friends with her, and anyone who's willing to stick around her after the physical evidence of what happened, then please, by all means, leave. Because I want nothing to do with you. This has gotten out of hand. This has gone too far. And I have sat here and allowed it to continue for too long. And I shouldn't have. And I apologize that I did not enforce my boundaries sooner. But these are boundaries I am setting. I do not wish for further contact. You want the characters back? I'm sorry, you gave them. You do not have a TOS that said that you could take them back at any time. So, sorry. If you have any issues with them being credited to you and that's why you're upset about it, I don't mind changing that. But that's it. I am sick and tired of this. And we're not doing this. I'm sick of the bullying and the harassment that you've put me. I'm sick of the bullying and harassment that you have put my friends through because you're mad at me. I made a shitty decision. And I will say that to the end of time, but there is no way in hell that I deserve your harassment. That any of my friends deserved harassment because you decided that you were going to go seeking your fucking vengeance. And considering what's been happening the past few days, I'm gonna leave it off on this. When somebody sets a boundary, fucking respect them. That's not the time to argue with them. That's not the time to complain about the boundary. You fucking respect them. If the boundary is they do not wish to talk to you, do not fucking contact them. It's fucking weird. It's fucking creepy. It's fucking gross. And you certainly shouldn't be using children to do so. And on top of that, if you're a child and somebody has set boundaries, that does not mean you get to go around those boundaries and then claim the adult is going after you when they finally enforce those boundaries. That's fucking uncool, and that is fucking gross. This is the shit I've been dealing with the past 2 days, and I'm fucking done. And as for the person who fucking complained about, oh, don't have a vent video, you know what? I don't care. If you've got an issue with the vent video, don't watch my content. It's really fucking easy. It's been a long time since I've been this mad on a fucking video, and I apologize to the viewers that are watching this because I am so done. This is disgusting behavior. This is so fucking gross. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to spend the rest of the night with my partners. I'm going to go relax. And I'm going to actually have my boundaries fucking respected, unlike some other assholes who can't seem to get that together. In the meantime, just please respect boundaries. It's not that hard. Don't let people manipulate you into believing that your boundaries aren't worth it. Because you're very valid, and if people don't respect your boundaries, then leave. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to have a reason not to be friends with someone. You don't have to have a reason to just not want to talk to someone. You don't want to be around someone, that is your prerogative. And no one can force you to be somewhere you don't want to be. Anyways, I hope you all have a better day. TTFN. Bye.